Hey there, folks. It's Icarus049. Let's go ahead and make sure that we kick the Big Sister's ass. We should be able to do that here within the next, I'd say, 45 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and get it started.
For your own safety, please stay within operations. Attention, please. Access restriction for this sector remains in effect. Hazard response teams have been requested. Please remain in operations while the situation is being resolved. Designated hazard response squads, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing. Please remain in operations while security lockdown is in effect. Attention, please. Access restriction for this sector remains in effect. Hazard response teams have been requested. Please remain in operation resolved. Designated hazard response squads, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing. Authorized personnel only beyond this point.
But yes, I've definitely done many things.
Scientists fighting and trying to improve things. Lawyers may disagree there.
True, but
I'm not authorized to stop you, but it is not recommended that you leave operations. Attention, please. Access restriction for this sector remains in effect. Hazard response teams have been requested. Please remain in operations while the situation is being resolved. Designated hazard response squads, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing.
Hey there, that blue waffle. This game is pretty badass. If you're a big fan of the
For your own
Bloodborne game,
safety, please
you'd
stay
be a
within
big fan of
operations.
this as well. A lot of the same mechanics, definitely a lot of fun to play, and it's got a really good story, especially if you're into like the dystopian sci-fi kind of future setting.
Attention, please.
You definitely like this game.
Access restriction for this sector remains in effect. Hazard response teams have been requested. Please remain in operations while the situation is being resolved. Designated hazard response squads, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing.
You know, I don't know. I haven't played Bloodborne, but I am on the new game plus plus for this game, and I've put about 80 hours into it. So, I would say it's definitely difficult, but it's not so frustrating that you want to stop playing.
It's my utmost hope that Jonah brains behind Project Resolve with us today. Startup days. Attention.
Yeah, definitely one of these days in 2017 I'm going to go through and play Bloodborne, but right now I am trying to go through the NG++ of this game, and I just started Horizon Zero
For your
Dawn,
own
so
safety, please stay within operations.
those two games are going to definitely tie up my time, at least for a little bit. I hope to go ahead and finish the NG++ run of this game probably by the end of this week, or the end of this weekend at the very latest. But the Horizon Zero Dawn, oh damn it, let me just jump in a hole. Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm going to go ahead and complete that once I get finished up with a visit to go back home to visit family here in a couple of weeks. So
I'm not authorized to stop you, but it is not recommended that you leave operations.
I do think the twin rig is best to use. I guess it depends on what the twin rigged weapon is that you're using. In the first playthrough that I did, I ended up using the
Attention, please.
it was the Firebug Throttle 2.0 to go through the game. And then my secondary weapon that I used was this guy, the Volatile Spectre. And Volatile Spectre is a great single-rigged weapon. It's definitely quicker than the packs, but it doesn't do as much damage as the packs. But the actual speed of it is gives it a good edge against the packs weapon. I really like the twin-rigged weapon, Claws of Gestalt, that you get from the last enemy in the game, the last boss. But you have to play through at least one time to get the weapon. But when you do get it, it ends up scaling super quick, and it ends up being a badass weapon because you get a lot of damage out of it each time you level it up. But, I mean, really, I think the best weapons in the game are the twin rig weapons and the single rig weapons for sure. Staves are nice because they've got a long reach, but they don't do a whole lot of damage. But I don't mind getting in there and trying to do a lot of damage super close to the enemy, you know? Especially at this point when you're doing 450 damage for a slide attack. It's pretty freaking sweet. Right on. Yeah, this area during the first playthrough can be kind of tough. I would definitely suggest using... Oh shit, hold on just a second. Let me smoke this dude. I would definitely suggest using a twin rig or a single rigged at this point. if you haven't gotten the Volatile Spectre, the place that you can get it is in the very first area, as you're going through the tunnels. If you don't know where that is, I can show it to you real quick. So let me know if you'd like to see where it is, and we can go and I can show you where to collect it. Because right now I'm just kind of playing through, and like I said, I'm doing the New Game Plus deal just kind of, or the New Game Plus just to get through the game. So I don't mind going back and getting more scrap and leveling up. So just give me a holler and let me know. But I think the Volatile Spectre is one of the more powerful games in the weapon, or more powerful weapons in the game, excuse me, just for the fact that it's very quick. It's a lot quicker than what the PAX weapon is. Cool. Yeah, if you already got it, just go ahead and give it a chance for sure. Because as you go through the game and level it up, it's going to become very, very strong.
Within operations.
And of course, I mean, all the enemies scale to what your weapons are, and vice versa through the different playthroughs. But
restriction for this sector remains.
But it is a quicker single rigged weapon versus like the PAX weapon. The PAX does a hell of a lot more damage. So I mean, there's definitely a trade-off, but I think this weapon's better just because you can swing it faster. And plus, it has a high impact too, so you can stun your enemies, get them stun locked, and then go in and get them for the kill. Yeah, and this one for the going through the first playthrough, it can become extremely difficult, to the point where you might want to put it down for a day or two. But you know, that's okay. There's a lot of games out there that, you know, you get to a point where you get stuck and you just can't beat a boss or whatever, and you just need to put it down, take a breather, and then go back to it. So like this game is definitely it's not one that the first playthrough that you'll probably play through the very first time that you go through it, but it's one that you'll want to, like, it's challenging enough that you'll want to finish it, but there's not enough bullshit in it that you don't want to continue playing it, if that makes sense. The one thing that kind of bummed me out about it is the amount of bosses. just because I know that that Dark Souls and Bloodborne, there's a ton of bosses in it. But this one has a ton of mini bosses. So, for example, you'll get into an area where it may be common enemies, but you'll get a ton of them. And the one cool thing about the extended playthroughs on the New Game and New Game Plus modes, or the New Game Plus modes, I guess, is that they end up giving you a ton of enemies that are they're very common, but they end up putting high-level armor on them, and they make them super, super aggressive. So, I mean, that's one trade-off, I guess.
Thank you so much for taking time out. This is good.
Yeah, good for you, Dub V, because, I mean, this is definitely a game that you want to play through, and you're going to want to play through it a couple of times. And it gets, like I said, it gets frustrating. You'll want to beat your head against a wall, but the best thing you can do is just walk away from it for a day or two and get back into it. So, just for an example, this is one of the most frustrating mini bosses in the game. They throw one of the here, excuse me, I'm going to cough for a second. So they throw one of these smelter machines into a toxic waste pit and expect you to beat it. And then they have a bunch of drones around it just to make it a little bit more difficult. So, like I said, I'm on New Game Plus Plus. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and just wipe this dude out. So we're going to go ahead and take care of the drone guys first. And then it's a pretty standard fight. Otherwise, it's just a matter of keeping your health up. And see, that's the bad thing about it, is it just drains you from all the toxic waste. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run back upstairs, heal back up.
If I may call you to.
Absolutely.
Hopefully I can get around any enemies that I didn't kill. I think we're going to be good. And then I'll go back down and take it out the rest of the way. Because, yeah, I'm at 0 health right now. Anybody hits me, I'm going to die. But... oh, it's empty. Shit. Okay. So, let's see what I can do. We'll go ahead and go back down. Because, yeah, if I can not die... oh, well, I just jumped into a hole, so that doesn't matter. So we'll give that a shot again.
Please Please remain in operations while security lockdown is in effect.
What level I was when I beat the, oh, that little mini-boss the first time? Is that what you're asking, Dub V?
Attention, please. Access restriction for this sector remains in effect. Hazard response teams have been requested. Please remain in operations while the situation is being resolved. Designated hazard response squads, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing.
I think the first time that I went through, I think I may have been at core level 50 for my rig. I don't remember off the top of my head, just because like I said, I've got about 80 plus hours into the game so far, so. I mean, the best thing that you can do is just go in and try it. Because rig level isn't super important. It's more along the lines of weapon level and what your proficiency is. Because weapon proficiency for your here, let me go back to my specs. So for weapon proficiencies on all the way to the right, you'll see my one-handed staff and heavy duty, they're super, super low. I just went ahead and I upgraded them to the point where I could go ahead and get the achievement. But for rigged weapons, single rig and twin rig, those are the two that I've been focusing on, and you'll see that those levels are super high. It's what, 27 and 29 right now? But the higher your proficiency is, the more damage your weapons of that type will do. So, if you're not doing a whole lot of damage, at that point, I'd say at least, hell, I don't know, I don't even remember. But basically, I would focus on at least one or two different weapon proficiency types and level them up, and then go ahead and go for those mini bosses. And the cool thing about those mini bosses, the smelter machines, is you can always go back to them all the way up to the very end of the game. Because once you get into the last levels, you can always backtrack. Because the game gives you a path to go back and do some of the quests. Some of the quests that you can't do, though, is the Irina quest. Get it taken care of. You want to make sure that you do the Joe quest all the way through, and the Alec quest all the way through. You want to follow those all the way up till their completion, because you won't be able to backtrack to do those. But as long as those mini bosses are around, or as long as you haven't killed them, you can always go back and complete those quests. No problem. Because, yeah, the first playthrough that I didn't end up killing any of the smelters until I got super, super high level. Like, I think I was all the way up to, like, 100 rig power before I did those. Yeah, those smelters can be... They're a big old pile of dicks. In all honesty. But just to give you a heads up, too, in your new game, if you can hook Irina up with a staff, before you try to fight the smelters in Central Production B. She'll take one of them out for you. And when you go down to that area, you'll be able to pick up a shining coin, and then all you have to do is fight one of them. But if not, it's not that big of a deal to take both of them out. You just need to make sure that you're a high enough level to do so. And I would say the only really hard one, once you get leveled up to a point where you're doing a... Shit. I hate these scorpion robots, or these bloodhounds, or whatever in the hell they're called. Because they'll just pounce you and rape you. But what I was saying is, like, the only really hard smelter machine is the one that's there in that toxic waste area. All the other ones, they're in a normal, like,
Please remain in
factory setting. There's not enemies around them, and you can just go in and beat the shit out of them. No problem. Yeah, this third one here in this area, I wouldn't worry about it until you're a little more leveled up, because it'll stick around until you're ready for it. Because you'll always be able to come back, and you'll want to come back just to check in on Melissa Chavez once you get through this area. I'm not going to give any more spoilers than that, but you'll definitely want to come back here.
Please remain in operations while the situation is being resolved. Designated hazard response squads, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing.
Hey, no problem. Awesome. Thanks there, Dub. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, not doing real great right now. Kind of getting my butt kicked, but I plan on going through the New Game Plus Plus. Essentially, I plan on going through all the way to New Game Plus 3, because you'll be able to basically go through and... Here, I'm going to jump back into this med bay real quick. Basically, the game allows you to go through New Game Plus Plus Plus, where you can level up. So you can level up all your weapons, your gear, whatever. And then after that, like, basically you max out after you get your weapons and armor to, I think it's Mark 20. So anything that you do after that, the enemies continue to get harder, but you stay the same. So, I mean, that gives you the opportunity to go back and play through, you know, the first 4 playthroughs that you can do. You can use twin rig and single rig weapons. Then after that, you can go in and level up your single-handed weapons and your heavy weapons. But your enemies, the only thing that happens is you go through and beat the game each single time. After 4 times, you cap out, but your enemies get stronger and stronger and stronger. So just keep that in mind. You want to make sure that you find weapon sets that you enjoy using and kind of stick with those, just so you can continue to level those up and make the game not such of a grind. I mean, you can see here, I mean, I'm definitely not the best player in the world, for sure. But I'm pretty damn good at this game at this point, and it still gives me a good challenge even after playing it. Like, this is my third playthrough. And like I said, I've got more than 80 hours into it, so it continues to provide a challenge, but it's never really unfair. Every time I die, I don't feel like it's an unfair thing. If I end up diving down a hole, yeah, that's bullshit, just for diving down a hole and being able to. But if an enemy kills me, I definitely feel like it's my fault. So, and I don't know about you, but for these Soulsborne games, that's what I look for. Like, if I'm dying, I don't want it to be unfair. I want it to feel like if I die, I want it to feel like it's my fault. I should have done better. And for lack of a better term, you know, there's a lot of folks out there that say get good. That's totally how I feel about this game. I just need to get good and deal with the difficulty curve, you know? So, I appreciate you giving me a follow, and definitely keep an eye on this. Like I said, hopefully here in the next week or so, I'll be able to go through and do the New Game Plus all the way through before I go home and visit family in Indiana. Otherwise, I'll be back on definitely late July to finish up New Game Plus and then go into the final mode. Otherwise, I'll be playing through Horizon Zero Dawn. I think the next game I'm going to buy after this is either the Resident Evil 7 game, Biohazard, or I'll be doing, I don't know, maybe one of the Souls 2 or Souls 3, or Bloodborne. I'm just not sure yet. But I definitely want to get into some more games like this where it's just brutally hard, non-forgiving, and has a good supportive base of people that like to watch it, like to play it, and converse with other folks. So thank you so much for checking me out, and I appreciate you just hanging in there with me. Shit. And here I go dying.
Please remain in operations while security lockdown is in effect.
But otherwise, take care there, Dub. We'll talk to you soon.
Attention, please. Access restriction for this sector remains in effect. Hazard response teams have been requested. Please remain in operations while the situation is being resolved. Designated hazard response squads, please report to Incident Commander for mission briefing.
To have Jonah Goodman, the founder, and their brains behind Project All with us. It's a privilege to have you here. You've been called many things over the years.
Well, I'm not sure that. But yes, I've definitely called it over the years
Is while politics there.
True, but our problems are global. We needed to step up to the plate. I was fortunate in timing and position to do so, but
Please remain in operations until quarantine has been lifted.
Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade my rig here because I've got 603 scrap and I'm sitting here at 145, so... Takes me about to 150. I believe that
Please remain in
150
operations
is
while
where...
security lockdown is in effect.
where we end up kind of maxing out. So let's go ahead and we'll go down into the biolabs. I'll play to the point where I get to Melissa, and then I think I'm going to call it a night after that. So we'll just go ahead and rock out to Dr. Chavez. I think that's pretty good. Alright, so... Oh, shithead robot. God damn it. Jesus. Alright, that was awesome. I like getting raped by a robot and a guy. Please don't put that on my tombstone. Shit. Alright. Let's try that again.
For your own safety, please stay within operations.
Your mom stays within operations. Yeah, that was dumb. I'm sorry.
All right. Now listen. I'm sure you're smart enough to realize this area's under lockdown. Quarantine.
Shit!
For your own safety, please stay within operations.
So instead of getting Dr. Chavez, maybe I'll be raped in the corner. So. Goddamn robots
For your own
just Bill
safety,
Cosby'd me.
please stay within operations.
I'm freaking out here, Doc.
For
Security is
your own
everywhere, but there's no
safety,
change in the
please stay
workers. It's
within
still chaos.
operations.
If anything, it's getting worse. I'm gonna try and make a break for one of the loading bays. Hopefully I can get out. Best of luck, Doc.
Yeah, best of luck, Doc. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we won't. Maybe one of these scorpion robots will rape me. Who knows? Shit. God damn. Can I get up, please? God damn. All right.
Ours is running out. You realize that, don't you? All right. Now listen. I'm sure you're smart enough to realize this area's under lockdown. Quarantine. Or whatever goddamn excuse they're using to get at me. I need to get out. We have to break this lockdown, and by we, I mean you.
good plan. It'd be nice if there were more specifics.
I'll put this as simply as possible. Enter the largest of the greenhouses. Look for the main console. It's connected to all the systems in this sector. I'm sure you can figure out the rest.
Ask nicely and we have a deal.
If I hadn't asked you nicely, you'd have known.
Care to tell me who you are?
My name is Dr. Chavez. Melissa. Maybe you've heard of me. And no, I'm not lost. I work here. I think that's enough small talk. Now how about getting me out of here?
I'm off.
Well, you know where to find me.
Alright, let's go ahead and take care of Dr. Chavez. Oh shit. Nice, I just need to get the Black Cerberus, the body gear now, so... Alright. Because that's part of your achievement path. You gotta get the Black Cerberus gear in full, plus the MG Judge, which is his weapon.
Decontamination has been initiated. Hazard response squads have been deployed.
Nope, can't get there.
For your own safety, avoid the following sectors: laboratories and the greenhouse facility.
Oh, cool story, bro. So right here is one of the most interesting things in the game. So if we look at these plants, Resolve version 1.1 toxicity test. Look at these plants. Does this look like it's killing off any plants? I know Utopia is going to kill off 95% of any sort of plant life, but 1.1 looks like Dr. Chavez figured out what the toxicity problem was with Resolve. Just looking here. Because when you go through later parts of the game and you break open Resolve capsules, you're gonna get hurt. From here though, you break this open, there's no hurt, and these plants look like they're thriving. So, just something to think about. I think Dr. Chavez got it. She understood. She was developing a better resolve to work through any of the problems that plagued the first go-round. a hell of a lot better than Utopia. It bums me out that there's the animal cages all over, because that just means that they freaking test their shit on animals, which is a bummer, but... Because, I mean, shit, I like bunny rabbits and stuff. I mean, goddamn. Who doesn't?
I'm getting worried about Ed. Ever since we started to implant team members with neural links, he's lost it. And yes, we checked and rechecked his implant. I'm worried he's having some kind of psychotic break. He's becoming totally divorced from reality. We've been in human testing for over a year. I mean, we're the development team and he's our software solutions lead. But he insists that his thoughts aren't his own, that someone's there with him. Creepy stuff. But nuts, right?
Brains behind Project Resolve with us today. Jonah, if I may call it.
Absolutely. We don't need to stand on ceremony here. As we like to say, at Creo, we're all family.
It's a privilege to have you here. You've been called many things over the years, from boy genius,
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
So before we open this door, we've got to get the power core from Dr. Chavez. Oh, shit. Alright, here we go.
Lockdown deactivated. Reinitiating systems. Attention. Access restrictions for this sector have been revoked.
I know the solution is here. It's under my nose. I can smell it. But where? I failed to notice the long-term effects of Resolve. That's on me. If Gutenberg and Co. hadn't been pushing so hard to start the process, we needed more time to test. It's too late to cry over spilt milk. I can fix this. Resolve is the solution. I just need to identify the elements that produce the toxicity.
It already looks like she has, so... Let me see if I can get over to Melissa. I don't think this is the way, but we'll figure it out. We're definitely getting close, though. Oh, yeah. I messed up.
Absolutely. We don't need to stand on ceremony here. As we like to say,
So I want to go this way, and this way. Can't get in there. I don't want to go down. Shit. Ah, damn it. Alright. So I think basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my scrap back from this dude, and then I'm going to call it an evening. So, give me just a second here.
Look out for your fellow workers. They look out for you.
I'll go spank this guy and then finish up strong.
Brains behind Project Resolve with us today.
we don't need to stand on ceremony. As we like to say, we're all family.
More genius, startup days.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But yes, I've definitely called many things over the years, and not all of them as nice as this.
Founder, and dare I say it, brains behind Project Resolve with us
Damn it. Alright. So let me go grab the scrap, and then I'll be done. But I thank you guys
Look
for
out
watching.
for your fellow workers. They look out for you.
Definitely be playing again tomorrow. Probably play tomorrow afternoon, my time. Probably about 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is 7 p.m. Eastern time. At least for a little bit, and then I will finish up in the evening. I usually get back on about 9:30 p.m. Pacific time and do runs, so I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Definitely give me a follow and subscribe to the little messaging service, because it'll send you a message whenever I'm playing. Like I said, I want to continue to play the game for as long as possible. And like I said, too, I want to go ahead and try to finish the New Game Plus Plus run this week. After that, I will be on kind of hiatus as I go home and visit family for a little bit. So, I appreciate all your support and you folks watching. And then otherwise, you know, we'll figure it out from here. So, definitely check me out tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon, whichever works out for you. I'll definitely be putting stuff up on my Twitch page and on my YouTube. And hopefully we'll see you again. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.